Today we're celebrating the addition of a new business at North Main Street, our historic Neapolis community. Before we get started, we'd like to recognize guests who are here. Councilman Lee Vogler. Lee will do the wobble later on stage. Buddy Raleigh. All right. Lori Moran. Good. Neil Morris, the IDA. Carl Stauber. Thank you, Carl. Anisha Coles, River District Association. She'll say a few words in a minute or two. Thank you. And Corey Teague. She didn't put her name on here. Who can forget Corey? Ken Larkin. He's here. This one better?
That one's better.
Good. In November 2014, we celebrated the restoration of 616 North Main Street and a new city dance space to the second floor above. Today, we've added the first ever in Danville farm-to-table restaurant. Business partner Steve Del Giorno, Steve? Yeah. Jerry Meters, Linwood Duncan, Chef Chris King, and Darcy Kropp have worked endlessly to provide a concept providing culinary and performing arts into an exciting dining experience. And isn't it just great, the stage up here with music? The restaurant is the 616. We use fresh produce from local farmers to provide a unique and seasonal menu to taste while we have musical guests performing on the live stage. They also made it a priority to fill the restaurant with locally made furniture and decorations that pay homage to historic Neapolis and Dan River Mills. As the Vice Mayor of Danville, you can see it delights me to see businesses taking advantage of local resources and talent. I encourage other businesses to follow suit. To all involved in this much anticipated project, thank you. Thank you for the commitment to the arts. Thank you for the commitment of Danville. I think it's wonderful when we have businesses growing like this. I'm going to give you a medical analogy. At one time, we had a gashing wound in the city of Danville. We were bleeding badly. How do you clean a wound? How do you heal a wound? You clean it up. You get rid of the debris. You get the dirt out. You get rid of the eyesores. You get rid of the downtowners. You put in new pavers. You put in new streetscapes. And then you start to attract. Platelets come in. They attract each other. New businesses come in. They attract each other. New tissue grows. New businesses. Until in the end, you have a wound that's stronger than it was at the beginning. And that's what we're doing in Danville. These businesses are making this city stronger. So, one more business to add. There's another one tomorrow. Welcome to Danville. We're coming on. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Anisha Coles, the River District Association Chairman.
Good evening, everyone. Hello. And on behalf of the Board of Directors for the River District Association, I extend congratulations, and I'm happy to join in on the celebration for the opening of this awesome restaurant. I mean, it's something new here in this tourist area, and we, your neighbors, and the River District are very happy to see more activity happening, more investment happening on this side of Dan River. So we join you in celebrating the history of this area. We are so happy that there are investors that are interested in this part of the river, this side of the river, and we encourage you to work with us. We're happy to work with you, as well as the new city dance space upstairs, the Moon River Thai Bistro across the street, as well as the historic North Main Theater, to really build up the momentum and get more happenings going on here and more activity here. Because as you grow and as you prosper, we also do the same, as well as the city of Danville. So again, we congratulate you, and we really do look forward to working with you on more activities here, Mr. Del Giorno. Thank you.
And now I'd like to have one of our hosts come up, Mr. Del Giorno, to tell us about his new restaurant.
Actually, Vice Mayor said just about everything I was going to say. So that script goes out the window. Thank you for coming here, and welcome to the 616. Our team, Chef Chris back there, and Darcy, Jerry's around, Linwood, we are really, we feel the energy and the love from the community with this project and what we're doing here. And today, it's not, I don't want you to think of this, or we don't at least, as a ribbon cutting for another new restaurant, but rather we think this is a ribbon cutting for the rebirth of Neapolis and this part of Danville. And that's why we believe strongly that working together with private investment, together with city investment, that great things can come. And this would not have even been possible if it weren't for Corey Teague and Telly Tucker and the whole office there in economic development. Just a little story. Actually, in November when we did that other ribbon cutting for the dance space upstairs, Donnie and Jose, hello. I was talking to Corey about this space, and she goes, what are you going to do? And I said, well, we want to do a restaurant. And I said, you know, what do you think the need is? And they had done some studies, and she said, how about farm to table? And I said, I don't have a farm. She goes, I know just the people. And she had actually had other conversations earlier. In fact, this meeting took place at the Moon Thai across the street at lunchtime, right? She had actually had meetings with Chris King and Darcy Kropp. They were looking for a partner to have a restaurant. So she was kind of our preacher, if you will, at the chapel, and she helped get us married. And it's almost a year. It was last November, and we have worked tirelessly and emotionally and put this together. And we hope you enjoy it. And as Vice Mayor said, it's not just about farm-to-table food. It's about embracing the whole community, sourcing whatever we can locally as much as possible. So we hope you enjoy the 616 and Neapolis Live and everything we have to offer. And we're here if you want to say hi, and we thank you very much. Thank you. Darcy has a 100 PowerPoint slide page presentation she'd like to give you.
Put me on the spot.
Chris is busy prepping.
Yes. Thank you all for coming. Chris and I are really excited about supporting our farming friends. We have a couple here that's here today. And just thank you. This is a part of a dream that we've had for a long time. And with Steve in the city, it's happening in my hometown where I thought I'd never come back here. Well, here we are, and look what we're able to do here in Danville. Who thought? So this is just a part of the natural progression that's happening all over the world, and we're gonna put ourselves on the map with your help. So thank you.
My family moved to Danville in 1978. I came here with my father. I followed my parents around when I was a kid. We opened the first Golden Corral restaurant on Piney Forest Road. Do you remember that? And my father, who's right here, and my mom, we opened that together as a family. And my father, through the years, he retired from the restaurant business, and he gave me some great advice. He said, son, whatever you do, never, ever, ever open a restaurant. So with that in mind, for the ribbon cutting, if you don't mind, I'd like to invite my father up to help us cut the ribbon.
Well, joining me now is the primary owner of the 616, Steve Del Giorno. And Steve, I know how long has it been since we interviewed you, since we opened up the dance space here above us?
It was last November.
Last November, wow. And I know things are going great there. And yes. Today we just cut the ribbon on a new restaurant, the 616. And this is a brand new concept for the city of Danville. We talked a little bit about it at the ribbon cutting ceremony, but talk about this farm-to-table concept and why you decided to bring that to the city of Danville.
Absolutely. You know, people these days, you want to know where your food is coming from. And with the farm-to-table concept, it's a natural fit for this area because we have a plethora of fresh farms farmers producing fresh foods all over the area, plus fresh other ingredients as well, cheeses and soaps and meats. It all works together so well.
That's great. Now tell me, I know farms, like you said, from all over the region will be represented on the menu.
22 right now.
22 farms. So,
right.
And that makes the menu here change. Is it on a daily basis? I mean, you're always going to see something new, right?
Everyone's asking me, well, what's the menu? Well, it's kind of hard because the menu's based on what's available fresh and what's in season. Yeah. So our menu could change weekly or even daily depending on the variety.
That is great. Now, so that really creates some fresh meals here at the 616.
Absolutely. Fresh. Last night we had a private pre-VIP opening. One of the neatest comments I got was somebody said, wow, this tastes like lettuce should taste.
Yeah.
And it was just, what a compliment, yeah, that's fresh from the farm.
Can you give our viewers just a taste of what they'll experience here at the 616?
Well, it's more than just our farm-to-table restaurant. Right. At the 616, most people who walk in the front door, it's a, wow, where am I? Right. And we really put a lot of time and energy into the design to create a really special vibe in here and an energy. And after dinner service, we have a performing arts stage with a state-of-the-art lighting and sound system. Great. And I think, as you know from walking around, there's surprises in every corner here.
Absolutely. And I noticed, just talk about the room we're in right now, all the history you've incorporated, and even the rain hitting the roof as we're here at.
Yeah, I do. I have kind of now nicknamed this the Neapolis Town Hall. Okay. And as you know, this area used to be Neapolis from 1894 to 1896. Yeah. And so some local residents have donated. We have portraits on the wall of Neapolis mayors and citizens. Yeah. We have some bond money on the walls, just lots of history. And even our doors came from this building 130 years ago, have converted to tables.
And I know just outside of this room here, there's a letter on the wall that I know has significance to many here in the community.
The letter F.
Yes.
And I think everyone remembers who's from here, the White Mill Building, and the sign on top that was said, the home of Dan River Fabrics. Some of those letters are 22 feet tall. We contacted the Historical Society and said, hey, we would love to hang one of those letters on our wall, and we'll pay to relight it and as kind of a loan until you can re-erect the sign someplace else and bring it back to life. So when people come in, they're going to see the F in of, and many people say, what's the F for? Right. And so we like to say, what's for food, farm, fresh, frolicking, you name it. That's great. It just creates a lot of smiles when they see the letter F.
So now that we've piqued the interest of a lot of our viewers, when can they come and enjoy the 616?
In about 20 minutes. We're going to be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday night for dinner. Sunday from 11 to 3, we're doing, I like to kind of call it a city buffet style, which is a very nice buffet on Sundays with fresh roasted meats. Like roasted chicken, we'll have eggs cooked to order, lots of side dishes, waffles. It's going to be a really neat event with mimosas and Bloody Marys. It's going to be great, yeah.
Well, I noticed all the tables have reserved on them for tonight, so I know it's a sellout tonight, and I know it's going to go over so well here in the community, this new farm-to-table concept. And again, appreciate you investing in Danville. I know you have a long history here with your family and restaurants here in the community. We talked about that previously, but just talk about that again, investing in Danville, and especially the Neapolis portion of North Main Hill area.
Well, we believe, and I've seen it all over the world, that areas like what was North Danville that we now call Neapolis, when they go down and blight, you experience a blighted situation, really it takes a trigger point, if you will. The North Theater started it, but lost some momentum. It's coming back. So we decided we'll try to re-energize Neapolis with the investment here, and we believe strongly it's going to keep the momentum and turn this community around.
Well, again, thank you so much, Steve, for your investment in the community. You've done a wonderful job with the facility here. Love the farm-to-table concept. I think it's going to go over well here in the city of Danville. Again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Come out and see us.